We won with poorly educated. I love the poorly educated.
Another day has gone by, and once again we have a Maga politician making another stupid-ass comment or proposing a stupid idea. And it's getting to the point where it's almost like there's a competition amongst them of how they can outdo one another for the stupidest comment of the day award. So what happened today? So here's what happened. So a representative by the name of Earl Carter, a Republican congressman out of Georgia, introduced legislation to basically authorizing President Trump to acquire Greenland and renaming it quite possibly the dumbest name you'll ever hear. So let's read the quote. Let's read the exact quote from Mr. Carter. America is back and will soon be bigger than ever with the addition of red, white, and blue land. President Trump has correctly identified the purchase of what is now Greenland as a national security priority, and we will proudly welcome its people to join the freest nation to ever exist when our negotiator-in-chief inks this monumental deal.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Alright, so there's several things we need to unpack here. We'll start with the name, and just how stupid this is. Red, white, and blue land. Jesus Christ. That sounds like something I would expect a kindergarten to come up with for the school carnival name. Good Christ. And let's see. Then you got how they're using national security for acquiring Greenland. When you make a threat using national security to another country, you're basically making a military threat to them. I seem to recall for 4 years, these MAGA people in MAGA, were accusing Democrats of being pro-war and how Trump was the most anti-war president ever. No new wars ever under his watch. But I seem to recall there was this war called Afghanistan that we were in his entire 4 years, and he didn't pull out until he knew he was going to lose the election, so he could stick that whole mess on whoever took over. And of course, he wrote up the horrible deal where he handed over Afghanistan to the Taliban, released 5,000 of their fighters, including their leader and co-founder from prison. Yeah, excellent negotiation skills there. So now he's making military threats. Suddenly, yeah, I wouldn't call that the anti-war president. That sounds very pro-war. And he's made these threats to Canada, Mexico, Panama. Now he's threatening to ethnically cleanse Gaza. And you're going to sit there and tell me he's anti-war? Bullshit. Pro-war presidents I've ever seen out there. And that pretty much stands to call for pretty much every single Republican. Every single new war seems to always start when there's a Republican in charge. And then let's talk about this other one. Yeah, negotiator-in-chief. Like I said about the Taliban deal, Trump has horrible negotiation skills. They've all suck and they're terrible. I mean, we saw it just the other weekend with his threats about tariffs. He literally agreed to border deals that Canada and Mexico were already honoring, except they're sending less troops than they gave Biden. Yeah, great negotiating skills there, numbnuts.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!